The 1980s and 90s produced some of the best Toyotas in the US market, in my opinion. Their vehicles were straightforward, robust, and almost indestructible. These vehicles have not only gained popularity but also a nostalgic charm online, celebrated for the design from an era when most people drove stick shifts, used keys to open trunks, and airbags were not a thing yet. But how reliable are these old Toyotas? Can they endure abuse? What if we drove a 1985 Toyota Tercel from Salt Lake City, Utah all the way to McAllen, Texas, and not just on highways but off-road too, without the aid of a trailer? In this episode, we will find out. We will journey to Salt Lake City to purchase a vintage four-wheel drive Toyota and drive it back home, covering approximately 2,400 miles. The big question, will it make it back in one piece? Will this 39-year-old vehicle survive the journey?
Guys, we have a big problem. It's not looking good.
Our Southwest road trip begins, but before heading to Utah, my friend Jacob and I drive from South Texas to California. Why? Well, I had ordered a carbon fiber rooftop tent from Inspired Overland and decided to save on shipping costs by picking it up myself. Plus, I've never been to California, so why not? It was just a small detour before tackling our main objective, the Toyota Tercel. Well, it's about like 2:30 in the morning, and we finally made it to California, and we're just gonna sleep out here in some BLM land. We're actually right outside of Joshua Tree, so we're gonna be sleeping out here for
4 hours.
4 hours. What's the temperature, Jacob?
Like 98. It's not that hot.
It doesn't feel. 98 sounds insane. I don't think in where we're from in the valley, it doesn't even get that hot at night.
It's just 90 degrees.
Yeah, but it actually feels like,
yeah, it's pretty fresh.
it's fresh. It's kind of weird because I don't have a tent right at the moment. I'm gonna be just sleeping in the passenger. All right, guys. Well, good night, and we'll see you in the morning. The next day, we arrived in Chino, California, to pick up the ultralight rooftop tent.
Carbon fiber.
Afterwards, we made a straight shot to Salt Lake City, Utah. The next day, we'll be buying the Tercel and starting our adventure. All right, our second night on the road trip. We are outside Salt Lake City, Utah. Jacob over here is getting ready, back in the tent. There's like a lot of mice. I'm sleeping up there. Good morning, guys. Well, today's finally the day we're gonna go pick up our new to us vehicle. We are in Salt Lake City, well, the outside of Salt Lake City. We're actually camping by the Salt Lake. So we're gonna go pick up the vehicle, and then we're gonna pick up Duncan at the airport, and then we're gonna start heading south. First stop, Moab. Honestly, I was nervous about buying an old vehicle and driving it south. I've never done something like this before, but it sounded a lot of fun. My wife and bank account were less enthusiastic, but my heart said, do it, David. Don't listen to the haters.
No, there it is. Where?
And there it was, the Tercel, sitting in front of a Toyota dealership, surrounded by brand new Toyotas. I finally meet Braden, my Instagram friend who was selling the Tercel. I've always loved these old wagons. They have four-wheel drive. They're station wagons, a personal favorite. Plus, as a Breaking Bad fan, I love that it's the same car Jesse Pinkman drove. I contacted Braden, put down a deposit, and planned my road trip. The Tercel was in great shape, started up with no issues, and had a mint interior, except for a slightly ripped driver's seat, which is no big deal. It even had a subwoofer in the trunk for playing country music on the cassette stereo. Braden had maintained it very well with general maintenance and part replacements. The original motor had about 228,000 miles on it, and though the shocks were blown, that wasn't a big deal. I started to feel more and more hopeful about the journey. Well, we did it, guys. We are in Salt Lake City. We picked up the Tercel. By the way, this is a 1985 Toyota Tercel, four-wheel drive. As you can see, it's got its four-wheel drive. It's true four-wheel drive, and it's a 5-speed plus a little granny gear. This granny gear is for when you put in four-wheel drive. It gives you a higher gear, or lower gear. Sorry. All right, guys, we're doing this. We're doing this. We got like 1,500 miles to go.
At the light, turn right onto 300
And
west.
yeah, we just picked up this old car. I mean, thankfully, it's been taken care of by its previous owner, Braden. Again, thank you, Braden.
Continue on 300 west for 2 miles.
For selling me this vehicle. We worked it out on Instagram. I saw that he was selling it, and I just thought it was gonna be a great adventure to go all the way to Salt Lake City and drive it back. Salt Lake City right now, all the way to McAllen, Texas. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be an adventure. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know I'm already enjoying it. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. I think the only thing he said that needs to be replaced is the CV axle. We brought one just in case it needs to be repaired. The shocks are really worn out. It's really, car moves around a lot. If not, I got Jacob, and we got tools. And worst case scenario, which it won't happen. You know, we got the Frontier with us, but this car is gonna make it. It's a Toyota, guys. Come on, these things are like cockroaches. We have some snow tires, so we can throw those on when we get to a Moab, hit the trails. It's got some highway tires. I don't know if, as you noticed, they're tiny tires. I've never seen one of these cars in person. This is my first time I see a Tercel. I don't believe I've ever seen one. They're not common in Texas. I was talking to Braden. Braden was saying that these cars are a lot more common in mountainous, snowy areas because they were needed. But these cars are not very common in Texas. So it's gonna be fun driving this over there where it really doesn't belong. Man, this car is so nice to drive. It's just, I miss driving a stick shift little 4-banger of a car, you know? It's just simple, easy to drive. I'm used to driving trucks, so this is just nice break. We're on our way to the Land Cruiser Museum here in Salt Lake City. It's just a few minutes from here. We gotta wait for our friend Duncan. He's gonna arrive at the Salt Lake City airport, and he arrives like around 11 in the morning. So he gives us a few hours to just kind of chill, kind of set up the Tercel and see how we're gonna do this. If you're just a big Toyota fan, big Toyota enthusiast, you have to stop by here at the Land Cruiser Museum. It is amazing. They have every Land Cruiser you can imagine from all over the world. So it's pretty cool, and I'm glad we stopped by here. Pretty cool. Dunkaroo! What's up, bro? I was thrilled when my good friend Duncan said he'd fly from San Antonio to join us on our epic road trip. You gotta pull it, yeah. Do that little number, let's see. I don't even know how this works. I might need the key for it. You got it?
It's gotta suck, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta bounce. Does AC work?
No.
I already lost the key.
Water? Protein?
Water. So we just filled up. It took like 14 hours to fill up. It was a half a tank, and I think these tanks are like 10 gallons. So it only took 4 gallons to fill up right now.
Now it's official. The journey begins. Our first goal was to reach Canyonlands National Park outside of Moab, Utah, about a 3 to 4 hour drive. Our friend Gustavo and his family were camping there and saved us a spot. This would be the only night in a campground. The plan was to camp on BLM land or in the middle of nowhere for the rest of the trip.
Right now we're going uphill, and my foot's all the way at the bottom of the gas, like floored. It's going under 60 miles an hour and under 3,000 RPMs. Like, it can't make it up the hill. But it's going, it's chugging along slowly. But downhill it makes up for it, I guess.
The old Tercel struggled to reach 65 miles an hour, and the AC didn't work, which was tough in late June with temperatures near 100 degrees. So one thing about the Tercel is that it already had these funky stickers on here. Literally on the first 5 minutes of driving it, someone honked at me.
He's dying, he put this one right now.
I did not put that one. This one's actually kind of useful though, and so is this one. This one's actually been pretty helpful. It had some funky stickers, and I knew that, so I bought some other funky stickers. I want to put this one on. I don't even know where to slap it. Slap it on there. Put thick dads who bait for Christ. I got a lobotomy, and so should you. And probably this one would be the best one. I may be stupid. We'll throw some on there, give it a little bit more character. All right. Yeah, it should be good. Jacob, how did it do on the little mountain pass?
It had no power going uphill.
Really?
Yeah.
It seemed like you were doing pretty good.
No.
Really?
Throttle to the floor.
Yeah.
5th gear. 3,000 RPM.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
You said it was getting a little.
Nah, it didn't get heated. It just like got a little bit warmer.
Because it's obviously putting more effort. But the little Tercel is.
Tercel? Did you say that?
I did. I love the Tercel, and I'm sorry if you guys get offended, but it is a funny name, Tercel. Right, we're gonna keep going. We're going to Canyonlands. We have a friend of ours. We may run out of gas. You're already at half a tank, right? Dang.
We're at a gas station, but we're not gonna put gas.
Nah, dude. We'll make it. That should get us home. We got about 1,500 miles. Should be good. It's a Toyota.
Still full. No cooling in it yet.
Okay, act normal. This was Jacob right now. This was Jacob. This sign is literally you.
What's that?
Come over here. Is that how you look like right now?
No, I was using the handicap one.
Nice.
Oh, look, Gustavo's over there.
Our friend Gustavo, he told us he was even camping here. We pull up to the campsite and I noticed his chairs were here, and then I hear radio noise. This radio, he left it here and he's trying to talk to us from up there. Gustavo told us to check out a scenic overlook near the campground before it got dark, and I'm so glad we did. It was stunning. It looked like looking at a painting in real life. Got all three of us in here. It's pretty spacious.
Have a bunch of leg room.
There's a lot of
Headroom.
yeah. A lot of headroom.
Yeah, I'm 6'4". Fit just fine.
Day one was a complete success. The Tercel handled it without any issues, just taking it in stride. We'll see how it fared tomorrow. What is up, guys? Well, good morning. Here at Canyonlands National Park, we had a good night's sleep. Woke up, it's beautiful. Getting packed up, ready to go. Today is gonna be the first day. We're gonna hit a trail. Got the Tercel going. It seems like the Tercel is good. We had one of the guys in a Wagon drive by here. He was one of the campers. He was leaving. He's like, hey, a Toyota, Jesse Pinkman. If you don't know, this is a car that Jesse Pinkman drives in Breaking Bad. If you watch Breaking Bad, he drives a red Tercel. So the Tercel has kind of a cult following because of Breaking Bad. We're all packed up, ready to go. Man, the Tercel is a fun little car to drive. I miss driving a stick shift car. It's a big difference between driving a truck that's stick shift and a car that's stick shift. It's just fun. It reminds me of my childhood in Mexico when I would take a taxi and the guys would drive the little Nissan, what you call in Mexico, a Suru, which is kind of like a Sentra. and you go in there and the guys would be, you know, stick shift, and they'd be driving like crazy in these light little cars, sort of like the Tercel. First trail of the road trip, Schafer Trail. We are at Canyonlands National Park, so we were camping inside. Now we're gonna start descending into, I guess, the canyons, and this trail is gonna take us out of the national park into BLM land, and it's gonna take us all the way to Moab. It's a 45-mile trek. Pretty sure that your Tercel can handle. I mean, it's got 4-wheel drive. The most is a clearance. We do have some tires in there in case something were to happen. Should be fun. Jacobs, you ready?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't think the car's
nice,
ready. I'm
dude.
ready.
You're gonna be good. Huh?
Yeah, we'll be okay.
You're gonna be great.
Yeah.
Not really. Schafer Trail is a fairly easy drive that any 2-wheel drive vehicle can handle. It has some switchbacks and drop-offs that look scary but are pretty manageable. We wanted to take the Tercel on this road to test its durability on the bumpy terrain. Being a 39-year-old vehicle, we expected something to shake loose or break. Wild because a couple were in a Subaru and they drove by and they're like, wait, is that did you make a video on a Tacoma versus Frontier comparison? I said, yeah, that's me. Pretty wild that you see people out here, like you're far away from home and people will recognize a YouTube video. And I really appreciate you guys watching this, and the people that follow me, thank you for the support.
Right now we're going down a bunch of like steep cutbacks or switchbacks. So right now I'm on a 4-wheel drive, but so I could access the low gear, so I don't have to be using the brake so much. Yeah, I literally have my foot off the gas and off the brakes, and it's dragging itself down slowly. And you put less wear on your brakes.
We started descending into the canyon and the Tercel just kept going.
Not even braking, I just have it on low gear and it's going down by itself.
Shout out to Utah, what a beautiful place. I love Texas, but we don't have as much public land to explore other than Big Bend and some small pockets here and there. If you're enjoying this video so far, please hit that like button. It really helps me out. And if you want to stick around for more of this kind of content, hit the subscribe button. That also means a lot. Thank you guys so much. How's the ride, bro?
The ride's nice. Like on low gear, it's easy to do downhill.
Yeah?
Yep.
Good old Tercel. Just keeping up. It's going. Look at this amazing view. Wow. We made it out of the national park boundary and into BLM land. internet and influencers often suggest you need a heavily modified vehicle to explore the backcountry, but that's not true. You can get out here in an all-wheel drive Prius, set up a tent, and you're good to go. Fun fact, this is where they filmed the scene in the movie Thelma and Louise where they jump their car. Well, we made it to Moab and good old Tercel over here. What a great car. What a great Toyota. Rain's coming. We're gonna go to camp, but the rain's coming. As you can see, it's getting a little windy, so we're probably gonna go hide in the car and wait it out a little bit.
Oh snap.
All right, well, now we got hail. Good thing we parked under the gas station here. Right on time. A huge flash flood hit Moab, but thankfully we had already made it into town. The storm brought heavy wind, hail, and mudslides. Well, as you can see, guys, we got hit by a massive hailstorm slash rain. Everyone, you could tell everyone on the street was like, what just happened? I saw like even locals just like shocked. I mean, look at this. Look at these cars. They're submerged. I mean, it's pretty bad. And now we're gonna have to change plans. We were gonna camp here in Moab, but we're gonna have to move somewhere else because it's just gonna be mud everywhere. These guys are sleeping in tents, and there's potential again flash flooding.
We get back in the car.
Yeah. All right, smile, Duncan. Wait, why aren't you taking a picture? Oh wait, wait.
That's probably this. Yeah, because like all that mud washed down.
We then headed towards southern Utah to find a dry camp for the night. All right, guys, we're in Montecillo, Utah. We're like an hour from Moab. We're trying to get away from the rain. We're still getting hit by the rain. Have our first casualty. We got a flat. We do have some snow tires in there. I don't think this car has a spare. It's getting pretty wild out here. That dude doesn't care.
I don't even know how long I had it flat for.
Well, we stumbled upon a scenic piece of BLM land called Valley of the Gods, which I had heard online in the past. We found it by chance thanks to the crazy weather in Moab, and it was gorgeous with beautiful rock formations and abundant camp spots.
Up there in front of me, it goes into there. Like, I think we can get in between two canyons and keep going.
Alright, let's do it. Valley of the Gods is a scenic sandstone valley near Mexican Hat in San Juan County, southeastern Utah, part of the Bears Ears National Monument. It has rock formations similar to Monument Valley with tall reddish-brown mesas, buttes, towers, and mushroom rocks, remnants of an ancient landscape. This was the best campsite I had ever seen. As a fan of southwestern landscapes like this, it was surreal. Again, the Tercel completed day 2 without any mechanical issues, just a flat highway tire. It was having a blast. Here's a shot Duncan took with his iPhone, and here's a picture that I took at night to show how bright the moon was. Another day out here in Utah. This is actually our last day. We're going to be crossing into Arizona. We're going to be heading to the Grand Canyon, the North Rim. But I'm gonna miss this place. This is the Valley of the Gods Road, and wow, it's amazing out here. It's so beautiful. It's so desolate, and it was right off the highway. We just happened to arrive here by chance. We weren't planning on it, but we were trying to get away from that rain, and we ended up in this beautiful spot, as you guys can see. I mean, this is a place that I'm definitely coming back. Beautiful, beautiful place. I'm in the Tercel right now. I went to go take it on a cruise here on the Valley of the Gods Road and kind of enjoy driving this thing. Might as well take in the views. We're out here. Might as well take it in for a little spin. Drive it like a little rally car. Not speeding, but. We headed towards northern Arizona to reach the north rim of the Grand Canyon for the night. Tercel started up with no issues, eager and excited for the day's adventure. It didn't care if it was 100 degrees, the Tercel was ready for adventure. Well, we accidentally stumbled upon the Forrest Gump scene where he's running and he stops. So we're gonna go ahead and take a little picture here. Jacob and I took turns driving the Tercel because the Arizona heat was intense, and as the main cameraman, I had duties like flying the drone and taking a lot of B-roll shots. We are about to hit the trail in the Grand Canyon North Rim, fueling up. The only downside to the Tercel is that it's got a tiny tank. It's like an 8-gallon tank, so you get like 200 miles out of that tank. You have to constantly be refueling or making sure we're good. Good thing we have the Roto Packs. It's got the 4-gallon, so should be good. We reached the start of the dirt road leading to the North Rim. It was a basic dirt road that didn't require 4-wheel drive. We didn't see anyone else on the trail. The terrain was flat, but the Grand Canyon was waiting. I was very excited as I've never seen the Grand Canyon in person. almost to our campsite, and the Grand Canyon was on the edge of the trail. I prayed I hadn't busted the oil pan on the Tercel because there were some close calls with rocks on the road. Well, we made it, guys. We made it to the Grand Canyon. It was an awesome trail. Let me show you guys the views. There's views all around. We're at a really nice point here, and I'm not a big fan of heights. Look at that. It's amazing. This camp spot is awesome. I know people are gonna ask where it's at. Look, no one told me where this camp spot was at. I did research myself. I use Onyx and I use iOverlander. So do some research and you'll find it. This is on the north rim, the Grand Canyon. So you got some homework to do if you want to camp here. Here we have the Tercel and the Frontier. By the way, the Frontier has been awesome. It's been a comfortable ride. It's been a great chase vehicle. That deserves its own video. But this one's about the Tercel. Tercel, I kind of bombed it through the trails a little too hard. But it seems to be fine. The only thing is, I can't open my door anymore. I don't know what I did. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Awesome. I don't know, probably something got stuck down there. But, oh! I'm an idiot, guys. Probably a seatbelt. Let's see. Oh, wait. It wasn't the seatbelt. Okay. Alright. Whatever. No one for miles. By far, the best camp spot I've ever stayed at. By far. This is just amazing. I've never even seen the Grand Canyon. This is my first time seeing Grand Canyon. And it's at this spot. Wow. Crazy. I still can't believe it.
What?
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
I don't even know how Duncan has signal. Words and video can't describe the awe and magnitude of the Grand Canyon. You have to be there to feel it. The sheer vastness was amazing, and standing right at the edge was somewhat disturbing. I could sit there all day and stare at it. The only sounds were birds flying up and down the canyon walls. What a beautiful experience. And on top of that, we had the whole place to ourselves, not a soul for miles. This road trip was getting better and better, and again, the Tercel had zero issues. It's been awesome. The Tercel has been just reliable on the highway. It was hot. It never overheated on us. Sure, it doesn't go super fast, but it gets the job done. And I'm starting to really like this car a lot. I think the only thing I would want to fix once I get home is fix the AC. It's still running on that old refrigerant, what is it, R12? Or I would like to convert it so I can have good AC in it. But that's all it needs. Maybe some nice tires. But this car is the dream turd box car. I mean, it's awesome. It's an awesome car. Gotta thank Chef Duncan over here, making some sweet burgers. Thank you, Chef Duncan.
You're welcome.
4 nights in the carbon fiber rooftop tent, and I was loving it. Not too bad to pack it up, except for deflating the mattress. I love that it only weighs 80 pounds compared to my previous tent that was weighing at 210 pounds. We kept heading south towards the Flagstaff-Sedona area in Arizona, planning to camp on Schnebly Hill Road. I'd heard it was more technical than the other trails we had done, but by technical I mean challenging for a stock little wagon. We are in Flagstaff, taking a lunch break. Tercel, Route 66 right here. We're on the famous Route 66. How do you feel about that, Jacob? Not good. Brisket rib 67. Let's go. Heimlich maneuver.
Look at the
Good.
Canyon. Color.
I do like that candy. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Oh, yeah.
Once we started down Schnebly Hill Road, I realized it might be too much for the old Tercel. The road was covered in rocks and boulders with steep drop-offs. But we had to do it because our only campsite was down this road. We had absolutely no choice.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't put your hand there.
It's clicky.
Bro, you're totally good. All right. How you feeling, Jacoby?
Good.
You asked for trails, didn't you?
Yeah. You guys are driving slow. Duncan's slowing me down over there.
All right. Go slow on this one. Oil pan, oil pan. Slow down. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
But halfway down, we realized we had already passed our camp spot. The camp was overlooking the trail, so we had to go back up, which was even more challenging for the Tercel.
Let's go, Jacoby.
We got the max tracks ready to go in case this was a gnarly part. We'll let the Bronco go through. Come on. Little Tercel going through these Jeep trails. Come on. Let's go. Hopefully we didn't puncture anything. Hold on, hold on. There's that point right there. Driver. Driver. There we go. You got it, bro. You got it, you got it, you got it. Oh, passenger, passenger. All right. A little passenger, a little bit more. That's good. Watch it, hold on.
Good job, Dunkaroo.
We found a spot near the road, but Duncan and I explored up the hill to find a more secluded camp, not right off the road like the first one we found. We realized that the trails were way too hard for the Tercel, so we just headed back. The Tercel dominated the so-called Jeep trail and came out unscathed, other than losing the passenger rear mud flap that I realized we lost until I was editing this footage. But again, the Tercel won with zero issues. It just kept pushing and pushing. Well, this is our 6th night, I think. It's Saturday, and tomorrow it's gonna be our last camp. It's gonna be actually in Cloudcroft, New Mexico. We changed it a little bit. It's a 9-hour drive from here. We're in between Flagstaff and Sedona. We're gonna head to Cloudcroft, New Mexico because it is a 9-hour drive from here, and that kind of cuts our time whenever we have to cannonball it on Monday, because Monday we're gonna cannonball back home. So instead of doing a 20-hour cannonball run, we're gonna do a 12-hour cannonball run or something like that. Tomorrow, Cloudcroft, New Mexico. We're just gonna go over there and find us a place to camp in the
the forest, I guess. But here is our backdrop tonight. It's beautiful, but man, it's tough. Whenever you camp at the Grand Canyon, nothing really kind of beats that. It's so hard to beat. But yeah, we'll be out here for tonight, and tomorrow we'll head over there.
Our last camp for the night was in Cloudcroft, New Mexico, making it an 8 to 9 hour travel day. This time we were going to be camping in cooler weather, surrounded by a beautiful forest.
Version of the Tercel.
Yeah. she's probably looking here.
Yeah, see? You gave him a thumbs up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We stopped in Pie Town, New Mexico for lunch, one of my favorite stops on the trip. I'd always heard about this quirky town and was happy to finally visit. I was fascinated by the old photographs on the wall taken by famous American photographer Russell Lee in the early 1940s when he documented the average day of homesteaders in Pie Town, New Mexico. New Mexico had some interesting sightseeing spots like the very large array radio telescope system, the most powerful radio telescope in the world. We also passed by the Trinity site, where they tested the first atomic bomb during World War II, which was also featured in the film Oppenheimer. Again, the Tercel had zero issues. It just kept going and going.
Did you say there was like a waterfall or something here?
No, we're not gonna go there.
Alright, 10-4.
Just pick a spot.
Well guys, we are outside of Cloudcroft, New Mexico. It's our last night on this epic road trip. Finally have some inclement weather. We had some in Moab, but it didn't affect us because we were already leaving. This time around, it is affecting us because we just arrived to camp, and in about 30 minutes to an hour, we're gonna get a storm that's gonna come in. It's already raining. I could hear the thunder. We're gonna have to just kind of brace ourselves here for a storm, and then after that it should be done. It's also cold. We weren't expecting cold weather, so that's gonna be another fun thing. We do have a little fire pit, propane fire pit, and we also have jackets, so we should be good.
Well guys, the rain stopped. Actually, there was no storm. It just drizzled and it just passed us. We're under the awning. We got the fire going, keep us warm. Tonight's just gonna be a simple night. Just a sandwich and then go to sleep, you know, get some rest because it's gonna get cold tonight. And
You might be cuddling.
might be cuddling. That I won't document. And then wake up early and we'll start heading back down south to the best state in the world,
You know it.
Texas. Not in just in the US, in the world is Texas. We were a country at one point. You know, we're that cool. Look at that. Even the Tercel over here, it's got LEDs, interior. Man, it's very nice.
Well, good morning, guys. It is the day of the drive. We're driving, it's about 13 hours back home. We are in, again, Cloudcroft, New Mexico, and our destination is McAllen, Texas, which is on the border between Texas and Mexico. It's going to be a long drive, but yesterday we drove about 8 hours, so a really fun, pleasant drive with the Tercel, so I don't see anything changing. It's been totally great. It's been a really good car. The seat is really comfortable in here. There's a lot of headroom. And it just cruises really nice on the highway. I mean, I can't go past 65, but other than that, it's really nice.
The drive back to Texas was one of the most boring and tiring stretches I've ever done. Nothing to see, so I won't bore you with the shots. Just know that Tercel kept driving down the interstate happily and under 65 miles an hour.
Guys, we have a big problem. It's not looking good. The fact that we can't make any drama for this video, the car hasn't broken down. There's nothing we have to fix. It's running. We're in San Antonio. We're almost there. Let's go.
Well, guys, we are on the home stretch. We are just about 3 hours from our destination, which is home. It's been a wild road trip, as you guys saw. The road trip of a lifetime for me. I've never done something like that. Put a whole week in of just driving around the country, picking up an almost 40-year-old vehicle and driving it back. We've had zero issues with this car. Only one flat tire, which has nothing to do with the car. Man, Toyota just builds some of the best trucks and cars out there. You can't beat it. This is one of these cars that belongs over there in Afghanistan or something, and hopefully we make it with zero issues. When we left the dealership in Salt Lake City, we had the trip odometer at 0. I can't show you guys right now because I am driving, but the trip odometer it goes all the way up to 999 miles, and then it obviously resets itself. We have already hit, let's see, 2,160 miles. So I thought we were gonna do about 1,500. No, we've already done 2,160 miles. We probably have about 300 or less to go to get home. I couldn't believe it. We were so close to home, and the Tercel still had no issues. I wasn't surprised. It is a Toyota after all. Well, we made it, guys. We made it. Right now, marking 2,352 miles of total miles of the Tercel. The Frontier did a lot more, but we made it. I can't believe we made it here with absolutely zero issues. Well, I'm not surprised. It's a Toyota. Well, it's been a month since the trip. The Tercel has been here at Jacob's shop. He's been doing some general maintenance. It had a little leak when we got back home, so went ahead and took it to his shop. So he's just kind of fixing everything that we can find. Here's a little list: transmission, rear seal, CV axle that needed since we bought it, a passenger strut that basically tore off, rack and pinion, exhaust leak, of course an oil change, and a brake hose line. So yeah, that was basically all it needed. A lot of just general stuff and just stuff that's gonna break here and there no matter what. But as you can see, it's almost out, and after it leaves here, hopefully I'm gonna get some AC for it and see what the next step is for the Tercel. I know a lot of you guys ask about tuna can, which is my 81 pickup, still sitting out there, but hopefully very soon we'll get them out. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I did. I think it was one of my favorite trips that I've ever done. It was a true adventure because we did not know what was coming around the corner. We didn't know the car was gonna break or nothing was gonna happen, which nothing did. Again, this is like a Toyota commercial. I mean, it really was. We did like a scientific test on an old Toyota, and it worked. It proved itself. Couldn't do it without y'all's support. This is all because of you guys. I really appreciate you guys watching, liking, comments, getting those messages from you guys. Even seeing y'all on the street, you guys tell me comments here and there. I really appreciate that. It makes my day. And again, thank you guys. Follow me on Instagram, and we'll see you on the next one.